Hello, friends. I'd been discussing in this platform, LinkedIn, on IBCM Ethical OS, as well as governance, subject object, self governance. And I've been in touch with several chief ministers, Delhi in the forefront, some of the ministers, and Commissioner of Industry, as well as Maharashtra with the Secretary of Industry. As well as Gujarat, I had talked to very many people while I was there in Ahmedabad. It is a subject which is easy, which had been created with intense necessity for implementation for individual companies as well as for macroeconomic policies that I have been discussing, and not only for 26 chief ministers, and approached all the like SEBI or RBI or ICSI and ICAI, ICMEI, and NFRA, CAG. Very important. This is shifting from accounting to accountability ecosystem. Looks simple because that's what IFRS puts in that page, accountability. SEBI puts it on the accountability. And day in and day out, every politician talk about why accountability is most important without really committing themselves for measurement. Accountability ecosystem has to be measured. That is possible only with people. That is, accountability relates to people, qualitative elements of management. In that respect, I'm happy to say that ICSI, company secretaries, yesterday phoned me up, one of the guys, that they're interested in conducting the two-day workshop which I had given. I was very happy. Unlike chartered accountants, where I belong to, cost accountants, is quantitative elements. Whereas company secretaries, they, even though it looks like they are related only to the board of directors. If you look at their ODR 17 to 27, the various aspects of SEBI's requirement. The requirement is in terms of qualitative elements of management. That's the most important thing. That is why ICSI getting interested in IBCM Ethical OS is a great boon for myself to bring about a change. Why I did it to various, including RBI, have said. If you look at Delhi, the industry policy, 2025 to 2035, one of the major area which they have indicated is business support professional, BSPs. Now, when you look at the various aspects of management, a company can have any number of professionals. A chartered accountant in practice, or company secretary in practice, or a cost accountant in practice, they can cater to very number of people. But if you look at the state level of is about $121 billion is a GSDP of Delhi, 470 for Maharashtra. When you look at these areas in the canvas that they are looking at, coming out with the business support professionals by Delhi, I found I have gone through nearly 26 vision statement for a state, Viksit State 2047. Delhi is the only one which has come out with the BSPs. So I could connect it. That is, if only we are able to recommend very number of professionals for the purpose of accountability ecosystem being put in. Now ICSI has come about. I could very easily connect them to a particular state. If that state comes, it's a different matter. In this particular state, we can do that. Then, ICSI, chartered accountants, their role could be different. Statutory audit and other audits, and funding part of it. They do a lot of VCs and funding part. It's a very difficult area. Two important areas which I found in Delhi, the macro hazard. One is the implanting EAI token deficit. The token deficit for India from EAI could exceed that of the oil imports in terms of US dollars, as one macro hazard. Number two is the funding. Funding has to come from abroad. We can talk of $5 trillion and $10 trillion. These things have to be brought about in this very difficult market. So chartered accountants have been doing a lot of good work on that. They're very capable. And if you look at the cost accountants, I started with cost audit actually. Every 15 days going to the government for the increase in the price increase. So that contribution, cost accountants' contribution to contain the cost is amazing. They're really good. It's amazing guys. And very much required for this token deficit. If it is beyond a particular threshold, this token usage, as we have seen with Uber and why Microsoft also had stopped Anthropic, that is favored by 5 and Mythos 5, is because of the cost. So the cost accountants are masters. So these are the three pillars that are required. Then we go into the deep. These three institutions have been contributing a lot for Viksit Bharat 2047 or 2026. They have been doing all the time. Now, I do not know about other professions who are also important. If you look at IT, information technology, they talk. But where is the institution? When they say, I'm doing Mythos 5 or OpenAI or ChatGPT or Gemini, what is the institution that they have created that we can entrust a ethical OS system to them to implement? You have to think. And engineers are very important. In my analysis, quantum office, which these three professionals institution can really take care of, low cost, good quantum office, and implementation. Quantum engineering, we require different types of IIT fellows and other things. Again, this is what various IITs are trying to do. That require, we cannot go to individuals. Zoho is good. IIT Madras' Kamakodi is doing a great job. But we are talking about 100,000, thousands and thousands of engineers, very capable engineers, who have to be brought under a single formula of an institution to implement what is required for finding out the AI token surplus. Only those they have to sanction it. This is the one which I have been trying to see that the ethical OS system, I can very confidently say, which I will give what I have given to Delhi. I have today workshop. I am giving to, I have already sent to ICSI company secretaries to take a look. Same thing I would like to give it to other institutions, which includes Controller and Auditor General of India. Please, we are doing only quantitative elements of management. when the question of accountability ecosystem comes, we got to have the quantum physics, which relates to not particle, but particle wave. That is how IBCM Ethical OS has been brought into the picture. That has been validated by Grok, XAI, Gemini, Copilot, over 1600 question and answers. If you can ask any more question over that, you are welcome. I'll be able to answer that. But everything had been properly done. And IBCM technology, opening the second slate, which is a copyrighted one, is the only technology that has got the capability of interpreting your second slate operation, which is that of the people, is a conduct of the people knowledge base that is very, very critical in our today's management. That management can be RBI. The grace, how the grace is governance, responsibility, authority, credibility, and enablement. RBI has got their own people. What is the credibility of what they are doing? Who is testing that? Yeah, district collector has got does a lot of work. What is the credibility of that particular officer or department, district level? Or we go to PMO's office. How do you measure the grace of PMO's office? To the individual companies, the individual departments. It applies, accountability ecosystem applies to every organizational requirement. Today we saw Ram Mandir, Ayodhya Ram Mandir. A lot of money had gone. I mean, what about religious area? Accountability is there or not? We don't have the accountability. We don't have the accountability in any one of the single operational element of any department, anywhere in India or anywhere in the world. So this IBCM Ethical OS, I'm giving, it is, my IPR is the strongest IPR in the field of management. I'm not offering to create some of my own as hiring people and making them do that without say 100,000, 200,000, trying to satisfy each and everybody. That's not my way. I'm giving it to the institution. Like in this case, ICSI. I will ask them to adopt Ethical OS, IBCM Ethical OS. The rights which I today possess as an licensor, I pass it on to ICSI. Then ICSI, having got the licensor capability, pass on as licensees to the various company secretaries, or either professional or within the company. And it is very easy for them for the measurement of accountability ecosystem. So would be the case if other institutions come forward. And I would very much like you to take a look where you stand is available.